What up, guys? Gonna show you how to unbox this cargo thing.
Is the red light blinking?
What do you think, Brian? Pretty strong, huh?
That's solid. Yeah, that's good. That should be great.
Pretty strong bar.
I'd say so.
Good.
Wow. Quality control in there is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Today, we're throwing some roof racks on my truck right there. I'm currently in Denver, and I got these roof racks off Amazon, van and truck cargo system accessories. They seem like a pretty solid roof rack, and they weren't too expensive. Like, you could spend, you know, so much money on the Thule and Yakima roof racks. These were like around $275, and they're pretty solid for my truck cap. So I'm going to show you how to install them, and we're going to do a couple other fun things throughout this video as well. So here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brackets and bolt them onto the bars so I can get an idea of where to drill the holes. So I can get an idea where to drill the holes through the top of the roof cap. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, brackets are on. I'm going to hop up on top of the cap now and figure out where I want them mounted, and then mark the holes. Got a silver Sharpie for that, thanks to Brian, right there. And then once the holes are marked, I'll drill the holes. Then I will put the foam on the bottom of this, and I will stick that bolt through the bracket, through the cap. We'll be in business here shortly. Okay. Alright, can you hand me one of those things? I'll take the camera. Give me the camera first.
I'm rolling. Rolling, dude.
So I'm gonna figure out where I want to put this one. So the important step here I just farted. I want to make sure that these are flat. Bring them in a little bit. Should get a tape measure. You get a tape measure when you do this. Okay, so I have marked the holes for the first rack, and that's going to be like 22.5 inches back from the front, and then 6 7/8 back from this corner here. So that's kind of where I figured the first rack would be, and kind of eyeballed it a little bit too there. So I'm going to take this off and move this. Got my holes here. And I guess I'm just going to drill it. It's looking good. Sorry.
Here we have Jake Pulaski, the man that refuses to live at home in the wild, making his nest.
Yeah, steel bear.
So making his nest for the winter. It's gonna be a long cold one out there, so it's late.
Roof rack.
Roof rack.
Roof rack.
Roof rack.
Gotta clean that up a little bit. Gonna flip this bad boy over.
What's the part of the installment process?
Take this foam thing here. I'm gonna put it right on the bottom of that.
In the crack.
Just like so. And take another one to the other side.
Now you can't see the holes.
Yeah, well, so the reason why I did it like that is so, like, I think in my head it'll be waterproof better, because I'm just gonna try to poke these through. right, back, gotta stick that in there. And then what we'll do next, now this is in pretty nice and good, we'll measure off of this to do the next one, and then we'll come under and then screw down all the bolts. So next step, I'm gonna loosen these bad boys right here so I can move the bracket.
Yeah.
Bracket is loose. I'm gonna kind of give it a good eyeball here.
It's 2020 vision, folks. Soon to be 2022.
44 inches where we want to be, and then
About 1.5 hams.
just kind of put that there. 5.5, 44, 5.5. I messed up, guys. I didn't mark I put the foam down too soon. How's the eyeball looking, Brian?
I got 4 of them. Absolutely on the spot right now. The Sharpies were harmed in the making of this video. Good eyeball. Like a baby's bottom.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for the next phase of the operation. We will move inside the cab and put the brackets on the inside.
Crank it like the morning hardwood.
Alright, Brian, I'm gonna have you go up top and hold the screws down. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We're working on the rooftop. We had some technical difficulties. One thing that we had to deal with was the carriage bolt not putting in, like, the square part of it not going. Alright, go for it. It was not going into the hole, so now I gotta pull the bracket up like this for him to be able to tighten down on the bolt. What'd you say? Alrighty, everybody, we are back here onto this thing. So the issue I was having was these nuts. They have the square top on them, and they don't lock into the notch that is there. So I was not able to tighten them down all the way. What I did was I just went and bought the same bolts with a square head, and that's what I'm going to use now. And I should be able to tighten these up no problem. Hopefully it all works. It was a little frustrating having to go buy the bolts and stuff. And it was just frustrating having to work with these and get them all on. So, gonna roll with these, same size, and hopefully it works. I also bought some silicone that I'm gonna use just to further waterproof the holes when I stick these in. So that's what. Yeah, as you can see, that worked out really easy. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and then put that bar across. But man, these carriage bolts, they gave me so many issues. I really only got one to tighten down good because they wouldn't fit in the bracket that was made for them. But when I just bought normal bolts, no issues. And I can do this one by myself because I can just take that wrench and set it in there and it'll hold the top while I screw the bottom in, as opposed to having somebody try to push that carriage bolt down into its spot to be able to tighten up the nut. So anyway, I'm gonna move on to the next side and hopefully no more issues. Step that I went ahead and did was I had the bar out first because I had issues and I had to take it all apart the first time, but I would recommend installing these with the bar in so you know that everything is straight. But I took the bar out, put it back in, and now I'm just going to tighten it down. I measured from here to the end 9 1/4 inches, and that's an even space for me. So another tip is don't tighten these bolts down like crazy tight. There is flex in the cap and there's flex in all these things, so I kind of just like tighten them down a little bit just to leave some space for everything to flex and stuff like that. So just another tip. And so I'm going to tighten these down, put the caps on, and we should be good to go. Okay, so the final step I did was take some of this like grip tape, adhesive grip tape, and I just put it along the top. It comes with the kit, so I'm gonna do this one. Super simple, but just peeled it off and stuck it on there, but it looks good and it looks like it'll do a good job at not letting things slide around on those rails. Okay guys, I'm going to end the video here. I will leave links down in the description below for all the materials I used, and if you buy anything through those links, it helps my channel out a bunch with no cost to you, so please go check those out. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and check out the rest of my content for other things that I'm doing with my truck. Thanks, bye.